Plaintiff Bertha Mayo says the defendant is married to her niece, and he's somewhat of a showboat because he's always bragging about what he can buy his family. Bertha's suing because she gave the defendant a loan, and he has yet to repay her. Defendant Brian Pritchard says when he borrowed money from Bertha, he did not want his wife to find out about it, but Bertha told the entire family. Brian's countersuing for defamation of character.
All right, start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I know the defendant, he is married to my niece. They've been together over 10 years, been married maybe 3.5 to 4 years of that time. What I know of the defendant, Brian Pritchard, is that he's somewhat of a showboat. He's always been, you know, I can do this for my wife, and I buy my family this, and you know, you have family get together, you know, and he's the one wanting to, oh yeah, man, I got you, don't worry about it. So pretty much I'm thinking to know you and to know that you're like that, and all of a sudden you lose your job and you come crawling to me to give you a loan.
Crawling, you think?
Crawling to me to give you a
That's
loan.
terrible. You refer to it as crawling, man.
And I'm pretty much like supposed to be, you know, the little outcast of the family, you know. I'm supposed to be the low on the totem pole.
They snubbed their nose at you before.
Pretty much. You
Sir?
don't know me till you want money.
Can you give me some background?
I've known the plaintiff for going on 10 years now. I've been married to her niece and been with her for going on 11 years.
He's sounding pitiful now, ain't he? I've been knowing.
Imagine.
No, I've been
I bet
knowing
he
her,
used to talk. How you say he used to talk? Yeah, I've been knowing. Now he in here.
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
But I've been knowing her for this amount of time, and she's an attention seeker. I mean, at every family, attention seeker. She's like every family function, it has to be about her. Everything's always about her. She always has something wrong with her, and the attention has to go to her. And in this case here, her attention seeking is cost me my marriage. I mean, I'm on the verge of getting a divorce. I'm separated because of the issue that we've had with each other. It was supposed to be a deal between me and her that no one else knew about, but she couldn't even uphold her end of it. So she went on telling everybody about it.
What type of deal?
That's a lie.
Other than a loan?
It had something to do with the loan, yes, sir.
And you were going to do a deal with her aunt without telling her niece, your wife?
Yes, sir.
Well, she didn't do nothing. That's you going behind your wife's back to her relative.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's kind of sneaky. Why didn't you ask your wife? Would you appeal to your aunt for a loan for us?
Because
you were still playing big to your wife.
We had issues at the time, and my wife I know that she wouldn't have accepted it, and we were in a bind where we needed it. So I spoke to the plaintiff, and we had an agreement between us where she said that it would be between just us and she wouldn't say nothing to nobody.
Well, let me hear from her. Ma'am, what happened here? First of all, do you want to respond? He said you seek attention.
I do have medical problems. I am a 100% disabled vet. I did have some things happen to me when I was in the military that causes problems. It's the thing about it is that when people got a lot of drama going on, it can cause you to have problems. I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder.
You fought? And I mean, you were in the war zone?
Sir, when I went to the military, it was back in '88, right? I mean, actually '87, right after high school. And you know, they did start Desert Storm. Yeah. I married a military man. He is deceased at this time. And the thing that I have to say about the defendant over there is that it's not about getting attention. It's about I don't exist until they want something from me. Because of the problems that I had with the military, I won an award through the veterans, so I live on my pension that I get. When I got my lump sum, that's when everybody in my family came out the woodwork, okay?
Right.
Because I was able to purchase a home, and I was able to get me a brand new Cadillac, which is something I've always wanted.
That's right.
So I might look like I got money. I take care of mine. I don't borrow from nobody. I have one child that just got out the military, did his 4 years, and I stick to myself. I go to church, I go home, and I try my best to be a good person.
That's right. I love it. Thank you for your service.
But I think that people think that because they want a piece of your pie. And all I ask is for that piece of pie back, and that's when the problem. Now, if me loaning you money caused you problem with your marriage, you didn't have a marriage from the get-go.
I like the things you say. I need to get some lessons from you, because I think we may have the same problem. People lining up. All right. Tell me about the loan that you all agreed to. What happened?
Sir, I got a call from Brian Pritchard. His wife was in the hospital at the time. And when he called me, we had just left seeing each other at the hospital. So I was very shocked when I got the phone call. And the phone call was that, hey, look, I've got a financial problem. You know, I lost my job. You know, he was working for the oil field, you know, making good money and everything.
That is good money.
But the thing about it is, when you're making good money, you need to save for a rainy day.
You don't
just make it and spend it, and then when that job's not there, all of a sudden now, I'm your best aunt. Hey, Aunt B, I need to borrow. First, it started out with $700, and by the time the end of the conversation, when I told him to come over, let's talk about it in person, it was, well, about $1,000 will help me out.
Went up.
So he did come over to the house after the conversation.
That's not true.
I have a safe at my house where I had some money.
That's right. You got that's right.
That's just what I do. You know.
You loaded. Go ahead.
I took a picture of the money, the $100 bills, along with the note.
Let me see it.
And took the picture of the money. I got that in here. You know, I don't trust banks. I got a couple of bank accounts, but I'm always gonna have something.
That's right. You sure know what to do.
I'm always gonna have something
you
at the
ain't
house.
Nobody's fool. You sure know what to do.
And so I took that money out, and
that's right. I'm gonna take pictures of this.
I wasn't sure exactly how Brian was going to be able to pay it back. So as you see on top of the money, I began to write saying, you know, giving this in cash to Brian Pritchard. Once we got to talking, you know, I told him, I said, you know, I don't expect you to pay it all back at once, but, you know, this was done on the 3rd of May, and I gave him to July to make his first payment of $100. Told him, you know, he was like, well, I'm probably going to be getting some money, so I'll probably be doing it sooner. You know, I watched you, Judge Mathis. I was glad tax season was gone. So I knew he wasn't trying to do tax season, but I said, you know, however you do it, you got up to a year to pay it. I ain't got not one dime from Pritchard over there. He was highballing on what he got and all that. I need him to highball on some of my money. Matter of fact, all of my money.
Sir, what do you have to say?
Well, first off, it ain't true. I asked to borrow $800, and she offered the $1,000. She said, well, I know that you don't. She said, I know you don't have a job, and she said, so I'll give you $1,000. And I said, that's fine. That'll help even more, right? So she said, I'll give you.
Were you crawling then?
I'm not a crawler, sir. I'm not a crawler.
All right,
I wasn't crawling. I'm not a crawler.
Go ahead.
You know, she said that she wanted to help me and her niece, and helping me and her niece wasn't by going out running her mouth about what me and her had going on. Our deal together.
Is that your defamation? We know that you owe $1,000. Let's get to the defamation. What are you suing her for? $2,000. You want double.
Yes, sir.
For what? What is she doing?
She went on Facebook posting about owing money, and everyone knows that she's talking about me. I mean, because she done made sure everybody knew that I owed her money because she wanted the attention. I mean, to me, when I've given people money, I ain't hollered for and put them on blast and put them out on Facebook and everything saying, hey, bring me my money. When they get a chance to pay me back, they get a chance to pay me back.
Please refer all loan needs to 1-800-TALK-TO-JESUS.
Thank you. Yes, sir.
And this is another one here. This is a public announcement. Hear ye, hear ye. Due to the large increase of non-payments of loans, Miss B's bank is no longer in business. I am blessed but not a fool. Do not ask. The answer will and is no. So you had more than one person, obviously.
Yes, Your Honor. And that's the reason why I don't feel like I defamed him anyway, because at that time I had 8 people owing me. I had almost $10,000 out in loans. And after I posted this on Facebook, people started saying, "Who owe you?" I said, "No, I'm not gonna call any names because they know who they are." But one thing I do know in my 47 years of living, if you got a pack of dogs and you throw a rock, that dog that you hit, he's gonna be the one that holler. So obviously.
Anyway, my thing is that she already made sure the whole family knew that I owed her.
It didn't say your name on here. You can tell a lot of folks owe her money, and these folks need to stop preying on you for your pension. You told them right, though. Call 1-800-JESUS. Talk to Jesus. That's right. Due to the increase in non-payments, Miss B's bank is no longer in business. You mind if I keep this?
You can
All right. Put this on my Facebook. Sir, she didn't mention your name, and all she declared is that people owe her, which is true, including you, and that she's no longer loaning out any money. That is not defamation. She has not said anything untrue, and she has not mentioned your name, not said anything about you. A lot of people owe her. You know that. Who else owes her? Stop looking so pitiful. Who owes her? You owe this woman her money. Now you've been looking big, huh? At the picnic, he looking big. Now he coming here. So $1,000 is your judgment, and your claim for defamation for $2,000, sir, is dismissed.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ma'am.
Appreciate it. Well, I would like to say to you, Brian, that I really am sorry that it had to come to this, but I do live on a pension, and I did need my money. I had plans for it. You know, I mean, whether you ever talk to me again or not, at this time, that's totally going to be up to you. I mean, I've considered you family for a long time, and I still do, and I hope that we can put this past us.
I'm about family, but I don't like people coming in lying to people and trying to make something seem like it's something that it wasn't.